Happy Friday, everyone. We have Mona in the house, so she's going to be doing a live today, and we get to put it together. We just got a new product in from Pink and Main, and she's going to talk a little bit about that compared to a couple other products. But this is what she's going to be featuring. These are the dancing dies from Spellbinders, and she's got, like usual, some great projects she's going to be showing you. So we'll wait for a couple other people to sign on, and then she's going to get started.
Let's see if I can figure out this brush. I can see how that works, but where do we put the powder?
Yeah.
In here? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
Nothing like Debbie, you just go right into it.
All right. I'll be with you ladies in 1 minute. Sharon got a new anti-static brush from Pink and Main. And it's this with this, and this is where we're going to put the, this is where we're going to put the powder. It doesn't come loaded. Some of them come loaded. This one did not come loaded. So we're going to fill it right now. It's using clay powder, and that absorbs some moisture and stuff. So we're going to fill it and put some in here. I'm not going to fill it to the brim. I'm just going to put like that much in. Then you've got extra, so you could replace it or whatever. Put that off to the side. And then I thought, hang on, that it went like, there we go. I'm not sure how this locks though. I could be wrong in what I'm doing. I'm not sure. You'll have to forgive me. This is brand new, and oh, I filled the wrong container. There we go. You got to look for the one that you can, screw on. A little backwards today. So we're going to put that in, and we're going to put it on. There we go. Okay, once you got it on good, got a mess here. Whew. This is now the top, which goes like this. You can push it out like this. You got to get it going. Shake that powder down. You can see it's starting to come out of my hand. You can see it in this, center. So this is what you would brush or pounce all over your paper wherever you want to emboss. And then when you're done, you want to pull this up, because if you don't pull it up, then it's hard to put on the lid. So that's that one, and this is from Pink and Main. And like I said, it does come with a lot of powder. You saw me make a mess. Now you know what not to do. So there's this one. Taylor also has one. I'll go like that. This is Taylor Expressions. Sharon had some in the store. They sold rather quickly. Now, my helpful hint here is, since I have an issue with powder, it seems, is that you unscrew the end that has her name on it. And you just kind of don't unscrew, just pull up. Now, the difference between Tailored Expressions and Pink and Main is that hers is a foam top. So you see, you can see it's foam. It's like, one of those foam applicators. And this is really nice for when you're going to emboss a full sheet. Pat it down, rub it on, just like you would this. But it's not a brush, and you don't have to worry about popping up or ruining the nozzles. Either one is great for your embossing. I also sometimes, if I want a smoother surface, will put it on too while I'm working. The bottom is here, and that's what holds all your extra. You can see I'm making a mess, but that's where your powder goes. I'm just going to turn away and brush this off. So either of these two would be great for when you're embossing big areas. But if you have the old one, which is by EK, I don't use this so much anymore for putting on my paper for when I'm going to emboss. But what I use this a lot for, especially because I like dimensional things and interactive things, what I use this one for is to do the inside of the foam. So before I take off the attaching tape, I will go around the edges with this because it gets into the nooks and crannies. And it'll take all the tackiness out, because when you send a card where you have the whole frame with foam, the ends get very sticky and they pick up dirt and dust, and in my house it would be dog fur. So if you put this on, this powder, it'll take care of that stickiness, and then you don't have to worry about it attracting dirt. So that's why I use this one all the time, which you'll see me use today. The other ones are great, like I said, for your embossing. You just have to figure out what your preference is. Do you like foam or do you like brush? So now that I've made quite a mess here, I'm going to show you some cards that I made using the dance series, or We Dance series. The first one I made was the Let's Dance, which is the guy. And of course, I had to give him a beer mug. I did adjust this a bit. I didn't want cuffs on his pants. I wanted him to look more like jeans. So that's why I cut off the cuff. You could put the cuff on too, it doesn't matter. I wanted him to have a plaid shirt, although they say this is a vest. I wanted it to be a plaid shirt. So that's what that is. This right down here is also from their series. They have a stamp set, which has all the words and everything. And then, I'm flipping it over, you can also buy the hot foiling, which has all the same words. And it also has 2 cutting dies, so you can cut the cup full of hugs and nothing a little glue can't fix. So those you could die cut. So my very first attempt for foiling was Happy Father's Day. So I used the Happy Father's Day, which is here somewhere. And I'm laughing because I watched like 7 videos, watched everything they did, and I have the Sizzix fold up, which I use mostly in my kitchen because that's where I've been doing a lot of my work. And I thought, well, I watched the videos, I did exactly what they said, and this came out, and it came out nice, except for you can't see it, and this paper doesn't really hide it. I had to erase all the overfoiling. So playing a little with it, I found out that I should not use that. They have a transparent and then they have a translucent thing with the Spellbinders glimmer system. And in the Big Shot fold up, I did not use the translucent. Instead, I used 2 pieces of paper. And so for my next one, which I did, maybe I did on this inside. Well, I did it, I samples, I got them here, which I did here. So I did get it to work, and I was thrilled to death that I understood how it worked now. So you'll see I have a Happy Mother's Day, one where I had to erase and one where I didn't have to erase. So you just got to try with your machines. Everybody has a different machine. But now you see my little guy. I strategically put his little gold dots on, which are also from Spellbinder, so that his legs wouldn't swing off the table or the card. So we have Happy Father's Day, and I didn't put anything inside yet. So we have that one. Then I went to the I dance, which is the girl. And of course, the first one I did was 4th of July, because you know me, I love 4th of July. Now these flowers, they're dimensional, if you can see. They all flip up, and I just use one of those stylus tools with the foam. So I got a little shape out of everything, so you can see. And I used Sharon's favorite spray, let's see if you can see it, on the 4th of July flower, which is also included in the die. She's got her cute little shoes. Yes, she's got her little shoes on, and she's ready to celebrate. These words are from the Tailored Expressions. I forget what she calls them. Hang on a second. Oh, I must not have brought that one. It's the ones where she's got all the words, and there was a whole bunch for 4th of July patriotic. So those are where I got the words, and I did do the inside. This I embossed with, so I used the Taylor brush because I didn't have the new one, but like I said, either one would be fine. So there's this card, and that goes with this. The set has 19 dies. So you get the glue, the coffee cup. I love the coffee cup. And then the flowers. And I'm not crazy about flowers, but it's the first thing I did. So you get all those. I'll show you them so you can see. Whoop. This flower, when I first looked at it, I thought, how's that going to work? I didn't realize it cuts in 3 pieces, but it does cut in 3 pieces. And I also shaped that with one of those flower shapers. So you get the flowers, the skirt, the legs, the glue with the glue top, coffee cup with the banner, 2 different types of hands, arms, and more leaves. So it's a really nice set. You can do a lot with it. So this was the first one I made. The second one I made, because it's getting toward the end of the year, is a school teacher. And this one I used the glue. The teacher saying is from Waffle Flowers. It's a big teacher. Had I had the die, and I can't believe I did not have the die, I would have popped the teacher, and she would have, my little dancer would have been further over. Now on this one, I kind of squished in the thank you, but if you look at her skirt, she has her flowered skirt, and then I put another skirt directly behind it and just a little lower, so it gives it a little extra. And I think I did no saying in this one. Wonder where I put my sayings. So once again, I used the parts from the set. So what we're going to make today, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. We'll put this over. Is the girl again. I'm doing it on a mini slimline, so the mini slimline dies I use were from Tailored Expression. The sticky mat I'm using is the Brutus Monroe. I already did my card with the saying inside. The stamp is from Tailored. This is in that stamp set also. And then these are words from Tailored Expressions also. So this is already, this frame, I have to tell you, frames. Okay, when I purchased this, you'll see it's like this. And I wasn't watching what I was doing. I did not realize that each and every single one of those rectangles cuts out. So you end up with all these. Now I wanted to make a floor beneath her, but my brain must not have been working, and I was going to use this, and I said, no, that doesn't look right. Now that I'm looking at it, I could have used, just cut these. So I saved the whole thing. But just so you know, when you're looking, make sure you look at your cut line, because she does have another one. And it's this one. And there you can see where the cut lines are. And it's a stitched one. So that's the big difference, but I did use this one and this one. So let me put those aside. And I was going through and looking for one thing, and of course I see a million other things. And I found this stamp set. Pretty sure I bought it last year, but the reason I'm showing it to you is, one, because we're going to do the card using it, and two is because look through your stuff and see what you can use to hide the lady or the man's face. In this particular set, which is this, there was this apple. And I thought, as I was scrolling through my stuff, I wonder if that would work. And sure enough, it does work. So this is what we're going to make. So let me get situated here. Now, when I make these dancing legs, I guess that's what we'll call them, dancing legs, I always put two sets of legs together. It gives it weight and it makes it go back and forth more easily. Because I know how people dress, I wanted tights for this little girl, or little teacher. So I cut out one and then trimmed her bottoms. So we're going to attach those. Hopefully my glue will work today. It's been giving me a hard time. Yeah, so let me get it pumped here. Oop. I don't know, sometimes it jams. Usually don't have any trouble. I like the nozzle because it's nice and thin. And normally I would use my tweezers to do this. It's easy to line up because we're going to line up right at the circle. And that circle's there so that you can put your little piece of foam in. So we want to line it up, make sure our tights are on right. Gotta push that down a little. Whoops, too far. Sorry. Try this again. Oh, I'm all fingers, or all thumbs. Is that what they say? All thumbs today. Alrighty, let's try this again. Maybe if I set it down, I'll be luckier. There we go. So I'm going to put it on here. Set it like this. Normally when I do it, I don't have any issues at all. But there we go. All right. And then we line it up. Make sure her tights are on straight. Nothing worse than crooked tights. Or leggings, whatever they call them. I'm still off a little, but I'm okay with it. And now I'm going to show you the shoe. Now, there's two ways you can do the shoe. You'll see I have one on. I don't know if you can see them very well. Let's see. There. So this is one set. You'll notice there's a curved edge and a straight edge. The curved edge goes to the inside, and then there's one end that's longer than the other, and that goes to the outside of the shoe. So the first thing I'm going to put on is the little one with the curve. And she's got a more pointy toe, so you want to make sure you got that. I'm going to put it, now, before I couldn't get it out, now it won't stop. This is going to go on the back of her foot. Sorry, I keep on going out of the camera. And then we'll put this on her. Probably because I'm standing up like this, so we're going to go like this. Can you see? There we go. And we'll get that on her. Now, if you wanted, you could leave it like that, and she'd just have one of those open, real thin shoes. But I kind of really did like the extra piece, so I will be putting that on next with tweezers I will use. Pick that up, put a dot of glue on it. So, okay. And then we'll just put it on her toe like this. And there you have it. She has shoes on. Once I get that done, I will add my second piece, which is up here, so that she has, excuse me, so that she has a little weight to her. The leggings did help, but they don't go all the way down to the bottom, and I wanted it to go all the way down to the bottom. So now I'm going to be going over those shoes, but it doesn't matter because I don't think that anybody's going to really pick up that card and look underneath when it's flapping around. All right, now we're going to put this on. Hopefully I'll do a better job than I did last time. My goodness, I'm struggling here. There we go. Feet on, feet on. Okay, straighten out the legs. Gotta kind of work fast with this glue too. There. And there. Now, if you wanted to, if it bothers you that the legs show, you could go over with a marker. But it didn't bother me. Now, this hole is where she's going to twist or swing. So we're going to use Untitled Expression, and Sharon has them in the store. Has the dots. And there's how many here? 150. So you can make a lot of these dancers. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to put on the hand. Hand, you definitely need tweezers for. I call it the thumb. I don't know if it is, but you see there is a little piece here and then a bigger piece. So that goes on the outside. So it's going to go like this. This little one has a slit in it. I'm going to bend that back because that's going to go behind. I'm going to put a dot of glue on the front of that and the back of the hand. Then I'm going to slip it in about where I saw that other hand. Grab hold of it, that little thumb with my one finger, and just turn it in. Give it a good pinch, and the hand is on. You'll do the same for both sides. Just remember, both thumbs should be at the top, not one at the top and one at the bottom, but both thumbs should be at the top. They do give you, in the set, longer arms, so if you needed something bigger, you see I cut out a lot of pieces, you could extend it out. So, oops. So this would be like this and out, maybe. But I found that I didn't need it for what I was making. All right. The other thing I did is I borrowed a piece, this piece, from another die they had at Christmas time. And it's called Shopping Spree. It's this one. I just took her jacket or skirt or whatever, and the buttons, because it comes with the buttons too. This one has quite a few pieces, 9 pieces, in all the packages. And I picked colors that would go with my tights. So you'll see it's going to go like this. And then the apple's going to go like that. So now we'll get our base. And I'll move everything out of the way for a sec. I'm going to put this here so it doesn't shift. Nice thing about these sticky mats. Now I know I want her feet to go right there. And I wanted her centered, so that's pretty much centered, I'd say. When you put on your dot, you want to make sure that you don't put the dot down there if you want your feet to be right here. You make sure that your dot is touching the top of the circle on the die cut piece. Otherwise, it's going to drop the whole thing. So you'll be like a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch down further. So this is where I want my feet to be. And I'm going to put my dot in there. Right at the top. And then I'm going to take my applicator and I'm going to go all the way around it. This will stop the stickiness and it'll help with the swing. So these legs will swing real nice for you. And I left my other side paper on because I don't want that to not stick. If you by chance screwed that up, you could always just add a dab of glue. So now the next thing I need to do is get my shirt on. Shirt wants to cover that dot and go up a little. So I'm feeling where it is right now. So I'm going to put 2 dots up here so it's the same height. Sorry, I'm going to put 2 dots up here so it's the same height. Now you notice I trimmed this because I'll use all these little extra pieces for tiny things that I do. But for now we're going to put a piece up here. And another one here. Too close to the edge. And then I'll do the same thing with my powder applicator. I'll go all the way around them so that I don't have stickiness. Okay. I just blew it off. Now I'm going to release these papers. I want her feet straight for right now, just so I can make sure that I put her shirt on straight. I want it right there. Go over just a hair and want it in the center. There we go. And there. Now we've got her feet on, her shirt's on. And now we're going to give her her arms, which should go right about there. So once again, we're going to put foam dots on because you want them the same height. This is where I might use my scraps if I was at home, because I'd take a little more time. But I'm going to put one here. Oops. One there. And then I'm going to go behind here and I'm going to put one there and one there. And I think that'll be enough. Now you can use square dots as long as they fit within the little cutout. So I've seen people use the squares. However, the problem with the square is that it's not going to swing as nicely. So just keep that in mind. Whoops. And again, I'm going to go around these so we don't have any stickiness. And then I can release them. Release them. Now on these particular ones, I am going to put a dot of glue because it's the topmost center. And then the rest. And there you have it. Let's see if her legs swing. Look at that. Now I may go back and put something on here. I couldn't decide if I should put gems, and I tried a different couple of sets of gems, but I didn't like the coloring. So I may go back and maybe add something. I'm not sure what. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But for the most part, this card's done. Her legs swing. I love it. That extra weight helps. So remember when you're making these, the extra weight. One of the things I liked a lot about this particular dance series was that you can cut out everything on your mini cutter. So those of you that have the mini cutter and think, wow, I'd never want to mass produce those, you just sit in front of the TV and cut. Because you use scraps and everything. I mean, look at how much paper it took, hardly any. And I always cut multiple pieces, so I have this big leftover bowl. Because I did cut, wasn't sure I was going to, of course, do a patriotic mug for the guy, but then I couldn't decide, would I put flowers in it, what would I put in it? So I didn't do that, but this is what the mug looks like. So cute. So cute. So easy to do. The helpful hints are with your hands, be careful, make sure thumbs are up. When the thumb gets bent backwards and the glue gets put on the top, the hands are forward and the glue gets put on the back of the hands. The legs, you really want at least 2 together. And if you're using I use 100-pound paper, but I think the flesh color paper I used was probably 80 pounds. So if you're using 65, I would put 3 layers, not 2. But mix up your colors, you know, mix up your designs on the top. Just very, very easy to do. I was going to tell you one other thing that probably just slipped my mind. I told you the tips about this. The shoes, the stockings. I just trimmed the legs, so you know all about that. The guy, he's dancing around. And like I said, I placed his strategically in a different place. So these are the 3 cards that I made. I do believe I will be making more because it was fun and easy. I think, oh, the other thing I was going to show you, and Sharon's getting more of these in. I used this. This one is the Trinity Stamps. So on one end it has a poker, which you could use to poke things out of your dies. The other end is the wax tip. Now, because all those pieces were small, I used the wax tip to pick them up. And when I was playing around with the gems, I did the same thing. This helps this end, this end here. Not only would it help to release things from your die, but it'll actually nudge your gem or whatever you're trying to put down over a little before the glue dries. So that is very helpful. It's a very nice tool. And Sharon sells them, I think, for $15.99 when they come back in. And she sells the 4 replacements, or is it 3 replacements?
I think there are 3 in there.
There's either 3 or 4. It could be 3 replacements right with it. So the $15.99 includes this whole thing with the caps, and then 3 replacements. Very nice tool. I love it. I used it a lot, and I just got it on last week. Or 2 weeks ago I got it, and I've used it a lot. So I really think that it's an awesome tool. You know, something just came into my head that I was going to tell you, and again, I forgot, so I apologize. Brain's not functioning today, but very cool tool. Love it. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I watched a video, and I don't know if this will be helpful to any of you people, but I struggle with putting placement of any kind of embellishment. I struggle a lot. Just trying to find just one more card here somewhere. Here she is. And I was watching, or I was doing an online class. I'm not sure which it was. And they said a rule of thumb that you can follow when you're putting in your gems or your little embellishments is that you should always make a triangle. Okay. So I've been trying that. So if you look at this, there's my triangle. And if you look at this one, triangle, 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 triangle. So no matter how you look, it's a triangle. So you see I have 1 triangle, 2 triangle, 3 triangle, 4 triangle. And then on this one, I followed that same system. So I have a triangle, triangle. So you can see. So if you're, oh, somebody just said, how about diamond crystal? I would use probably, I would try with a clear crystal first before I use diamond crystal, because I'm so undecisive that, like this one, when I laid it out, I left it overnight before I glued down the stars because I was like, do I like it like that? Should I have it like that? So if you use a liquid dimensional, you're stuck with wherever you put it. And I'm more than likely to make dots than to put them on automatically. But that's me. You know, if you're very confident in how you're doing your embellishments, go for it. I think that they would look good. But I did try on this. I tried clear. I tried prism. I tried white, and I thought maybe red, but I wasn't happy with any. It could have just been my mood. But they are so much fun. And slimline, just so you know, another fact that maybe will help you is if you have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and you cut it in half, so you got 2 6 by 6 and No, I'm telling you wrong. Am I 2? No, you're going to score in half. So you take a 12 by 12 and you score in half at 6 inches. And then you cut 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, and you'll have 1.5 inches left. So you get 3 mini slim lines, because the most common size for a mini slim line is 6 by 3.5. And that would be a top fold. Now, I'm not crazy about a top fold. I don't like that, that long fold up. So what I do is I cut a 7-inch by 12-inch hunk, and then I can get 2 3.5 by 6 cards out of that. And then there's a piece, I think it's 4 inches wide left, or 4.5, something like that. And then I can get another top fold. So 12 by 12 is the best use if you're making your own blanks for mini slimline. Just, you'll save money, you'll save time. So I hope I've covered everything, and I hope you enjoy using these. Like I said, they're a lot of fun. And they did have, I thought they had, oh yes, they have an elf too. I didn't pull out my elf, but I would like to try and see if any of his parts will work with the other ones. So have a good Friday and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.